Hey yo, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Denny and this is Denny Visuals, where we talk about film, anything film related, specifically to cinematography and lighting tutorials and gear reviews. But today I wanted to take some time to share something that happened to me recently. Nothing bad. It was actually something good. I was featured on our morning show here in Jamaica. It's kind of like the Good Morning America for Jamaican TV show, Jamaican TV, local TV. And shout outs to my friend Yannick, who actually reached out to me and told me that she wanted for me to come on and talk about finding your purpose in cinematography. And I just wanted to take this opportunity before I show you guys the interview. Some of you have seen it, some haven't yet. This is the first time that you're gonna be able to see it, and I just wanted to take this time out first to big up and say thanks to everybody who has supported Denny Visuals, the production company, whether through hiring me to do your productions and believing in me and believing that I can execute your vision, or to the people who just say a word of prayer or just support with kind words of encouragement. Because trust me, there are days that I don't feel like I want to do production. There are days that I don't feel like I want to go out and record. There are days when I just don't feel like I want to do anything. And sometimes just fighting with myself as well. And I've spoken about this in a recent interview with The Observer that, over the past couple of months, I've been noticing that I've been fighting with imposter syndrome. And if you don't know what that is, basically it's like yourself comparing yourself to other people, or saying that you're not, whatever it is that you are doing isn't necessarily enough. And I just want to let people know that I appreciate every nice word, every call, text, message, every comment on social media that encourages me to do, push forward and things like that, because your boy been going through it. And yeah, just really, really much thanks and respect. And before we get into the video, this past month that gone was suicide awareness, and I just want to take this opportunity to kind of encourage people to keep pressing on, because I know sometimes it feels like you're down in the valley and you feel like there's no way out of your current situation. But I'm here to tell you that there is a God who loves you, and there is once you have life, there is hope and opportunity to make another way out. A window will open. And sometimes life throws you some curveballs and you don't know how you're gonna get through a particular situation. But every failure and disappointment is a setup and an appointment for something better. And so in life, you just really have to live day by day, knowing that sometimes it's not gonna be sweet and sometimes it's gonna be sour, but that's just life. And sometimes we have to believe that, believe in ourselves first of all, and then believe in a God who always looks out for our best interests. So I just wanted to share that with you guys before I showed you this interview with Smile Jamaica, Smile Weekend specifically. And yeah, I hope you guys love the interview. And again, I appreciate every last one of you who watch these videos, or post on Instagram, as I mentioned before, share a kind word in the past. And yeah, big ups to you guys, and I love you.
Welcome back to Weekend Smile. So it's a big deal when you come across someone who is multi-talented in so many different ways. Now, this young man is not only a cinematographer, but also a photographer, videographer, editor, and filmmaker. And he's here to tell us about his journey and share some tips on how to find your purpose in, cinematography, right? Joining me now is owner of Denny Visuals, Dennis Fife. Hi, Dennis. How are you?
Hi, I'm good.
You're good?
Yeah. Good.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank
Tell
you,
us,
it's a pleasure.
let's start here. Why did you decide to do cinematography?
I kind of grew up with a passion for photography, and photography for me is just capturing a moment, and preserving history. So, that's the whole purpose of being a photographer, to preserve history
Okay.
and create an image that can represent a time and space that somebody felt something.
Yeah.
And so that is kind of important to me. So that kind of led me to videography. And then I started kind of making videos, and I went on tour during Virgo, and all that was really good. And I met lots of different people along my journey who
Right.
helped to create my career, and I love just making images, yeah.
Talk to us now about some of the challenges you faced over the years, building your craft, because it sounds easy, it sounds so simple, especially when you're doing so many different things. You mentioned photography, you mentioned videography as well. So talk to us about, some of the difficulties you faced, on this journey with your craft.
I think some of the difficulties were kind of internal as well as external.
Okay.
So some of the internal difficulties was just like being confident in my work and being confident in what I do as a photographer or as a cinematographer. And so I had to learn to develop confidence and what that looks like for me, and just like relating to people, and being so comfortable in that whatever I do and create is worthy enough, not only for myself but to share, moments with people. That's what I focus on. And so that was it was good to just kind of build my confidence and talk to myself and be like, hey, you're worthy enough, you're good enough, you're sharing your content with the world, and people love it, and I
Yeah.
got confirmation from people, so that kind of helped with the confidence
Over time.
boost. Yeah.
Was it something like, because that didn't happen overnight?
No, definitely
Yeah.
not. Definitely not. And I still struggle now a
So
little bit.
a little bit,
A
but
little
it's
bit, yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
You kind of find yourself,
Definitely.
as you go along. So tell me now, Dennis, if you are on an assignment, what are some of the roles that you have as a cinematographer? Tell us a little bit about the role that you would have on any given assignment.
All right. So basically, a cinematographer's job is to execute the director's vision. So a director might come to me and say, hey, Dennis, we have this project, we have a film or we have a commercial that we want you to be a part of. And so they'll tell me, hey, we want it to be funny or we want it to be dark and moody. And so my job now is to use the different technical skills of lighting, composition, framing, colors, because that plays a role in how you feel as a human being, And so we use all those different things to help to tell the director's vision.
Okay.
And so that's pretty much what I do as a cinematographer.
We see some things happening on the screen here, Dennis. I see some different lighting and shades. And how do you tap in to know that, okay, this is what we want to achieve? And is it that you listen to the track first, or do you have conversations with the talent first, or is it the director that you speak to first, or is it the producer? Tell me a little bit about, a music video, for example. How do you start right there?
Well, for instance, there's a clip right there with Leela Ike.
Right.
I worked on that with Nikki Kane, who was the director. So she phoned me and she's like, oh, hey, Danny, we have a video that we want to do for Leela and Skilly Bang. And I was like, all right, cool, what song it was? And it turned out to be Thy Will. And so she told me the vision for it. And I was like, I kind of love this concept and this idea. So then I was like, okay, she told me the scenes that she wanted to see and what she wanted visually. And then I'm like, okay, this is what I need in terms of the lighting to set the mood and the tone and the visual language for the project. And it turned out pretty cool. I love the video. I think, it spoke to just like youth and empowerment, and also like, there are certain things in society that isn't really going so well.
Yeah.
And we need to be conscious of that fact and hold people accountable. So I wanted to make sure that the cinematography played a role in doing that with the lighting, the colors that we use. There's like a black and white segment, which was the moment where Skilly and Leela was just like chanting, and there's a big crowd and stuff like that. So it was just like people power and black and white to that.
Okay.
There's contrast,
So you help us, or you help us then you mentioned the visual language. So you help us to interpret this this visual language and add it to the sound and
Yeah.
and you know the words then and just create that for us.
Yeah,
That's so
definitely.
interesting. Talk to us about some of the steps now that you actually took to get into this to cinema to get into it overall.
So some of the steps that I took, and this goes into finding your purpose, was I identified who I was. I wanted to know who I was, and then I wanted to know what did I do. And for me, it was just being a creative and doing photography and cinematography and filmmaking in general. And then once I knew that, I found out who I wanted to present it to, or who in the world needs this.
Yeah.
And so after that, the last step I did was kind of figure out like the the need, and of all those different steps, two of those were pretty much about me, and everything was about the person. And the last thing actually was the impact that I create through my creativity and my filmmaking.
In terms of training though, do you need any like special training or skill set?
Well,
to get
you
into
could go to school.
cinematography?
You could go to school for cinematography, but I didn't take the filmmaking
Okay.
school route.
Okay, it
I
just
actually
came
taught
naturally
myself.
through photography, videography, and
And a lot of
voila.
hours on YouTube.
a lot of hours on
A lot of
YouTube.
hours on YouTube. Yeah.
The College of YouTube.
The College of
The
YouTube.
College of Okay,
Yes.
so where can persons find your work? View more of your work, Dennis.
Okay, well, you can find me at dennyvisuals.com. That's my website, and everything is there. My portfolio is there. If you want to connect with me on social media, my Instagram is also there, so you can get in touch easily.
All right, Dennis. Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning. It seems you worked with a lot of famous people. Do you have a project that you'd say is your favorite? Or
wow.
even if it's not your favorite, if you want to share your most difficult project to date, your most life-changing project to date, I'm giving you lots of options. I don't want to put you on the spot about favorite. Most impactful project to date. Anything coming to mind? Just one of them that stand out in your mind.
I think the most impactful project that I've did recently was I created a series of videos that talked about leadership with a company called We Imagine Jamaica. It's in the works, so it's coming. The website is live now, so you can visit the website at weimaginejamaica.com.
Okay.
And basically, it's teaching youth in high schools how to be leaders and teaching them about leadership qualities. So it's a series of videos. I feel like that for me was along the lines of my vision and end goal of being a cinematographer, to give back. And how I want to give back is to teach people how to do this.
Oh,
so,
awesome stuff, Dennis. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Thanks for coming. That was Dennis Fife, owner of Denny Visuals, guys. We take another break. We'll soon come back.
Okay, so that was the interview. I hope you liked it. I think it was okay. I think I did a good job and I answered the questions. Oh, I think I should have. But yeah, that's the interview. And again, I just want to say thank you to everybody who supports Denny Visuals, me as a person, me as a brand, and continue to keep me in your prayers. Continue to support this channel by subscribing, liking, commenting, and if you're going through something right now, my prayers are with you, and I hope that whatever challenges that you're facing, that there will be a solution very soon. And keep the faith. And with that said, I want to also leave you with this, that my alma mater's motto was Praeses et opera omnia vincont, which translates to pray and work conquer all. So you can't do one without the other. You can't just put in the work and forget about God, and you can't depend on God to fix all your problems. So with that said, put in the work, but also trust in your Heavenly Father to protect you and to guide you and direct you. And that's my 2 cents for today, and I really appreciate you guys watching. And see you in the next video. Peace.